Welcome back again. In this video we're going to create some more advanced searches with SmartEPG, and in this search I want to create timers for all of the AFL footy shows on TV. So not the NRL ones or any other league ones or soccer, just the AFL ones. So just checking our timer list again, it's blank, and also with the 6 button we'll see we don't have any searches currently created. So we're going to press the green button and create a new search from scratch. The first thing we need to do is give it a name. This can be anything, but footy shows sounds like a logical thing to call it. So with the on-screen keyboard we can type in the words footy show. This is a little bit tedious. There's no real easy way to do this, so it's just a matter of moving your cursor around the screen and using your remote control type in the words. And through the magic of video editing I can make this go a lot quicker. So now we've given our search a name. We'll just go down through the fields here till we get to search text, and this is where we have to, as we did with previous searches, define some search terms that we want SmartEPG to look for. So we just press the green button to put a new search in, and it's come up with suggested text of footy shows with the star around it. So for starters we're going to accept that and run the search and just see what we can find with that criteria. So we back out and press the green button to save the search, and it runs, and you can see it hasn't found any matches because we've searched for the words footy shows explicitly, so there's none there. We need to change our search a little bit. So we'll go back down to the search text and press the OK key a few times to drill down into the actual words footy shows. So each one of these is just pressing OK until we get to the search text entry box here. So we're going to edit this until it just shows star footy star, and we'll do a search based on that criteria. So we've just removed that extra word and the space there and exit to save that. Now the EPG data is contained within a number of different fields. Title is one, description's another, and the external description's another. We're going to search in all 3 of those, and we're going to allocate 50 points. Now here's where we have to discuss what this points business is all about. The easiest way to grasp this is to understand that if SmartEPG gets 50 points for a search, it will create a timer for it. If it gets less than 50, then it won't. So in our example here, if the word footy appears in the title, description or the external description, then SmartEPG will give it 50 points, and that will create a timer based on the 50 points. So we'll back out of that by pressing the exit button and run that search and just see what we get this time. So we're back to our search list editor, press the green button and it runs the search, and you can see we've found 17 instances of the word footy in either the title, the description or the external description. And here they all are. There's lots of them there from all sorts of different footy programs, including repeats and all sorts of things. So let's have a quick look at a couple of them. On channel 31 we've got a footy show which is an AFL footy show. I've never seen this one, but it's come up in our search. This one is the Sunday footy show. Now this one's an NRL one, and we said we were trying to create a search which only got AFL games or AFL footy shows. So there's a couple here that we can probably put some extra criteria in our search to make sure we only get AFL footy shows. And that's going to be our next step, to go back to our search list and try and eliminate some of these ones so that we only get the AFL footy shows in our timers. And of course the way you do this is all completely up to you. You could decide to only record the NRL shows or Broncos or Cowboys or anything you like, but this is what I've decided to do for this particular example, is just try and get all the AFL shows. As we've gone through these info boxes, there's been a lot of information come up, and I just wanted to spend a few seconds on this one. just as an example, you can see in the description there we've got some keywords that appear to be associated with the NRL footy show. Say Fatty Vorton, he seems to be on every show, so we're going to use that bit of information to create a criteria which filters out any programs where Fatty Vorton gets mentioned. Sorry, Fatty. Okay, we'll go back to our search list editor and now put these extra search criteria in. So we go back to that, press enter, and come down to the search text field again. We've got one criteria in there that finds the word footy. We're going to press the green button and create a new one. We're going to search for the text, in this case the word fatty, and we're going to put the press the yellow button and put the stars either side of it, so it's going to search for any instances where the word fatty is mentioned, and that's going to go into our criteria. We're also going to look in the description, title and external description, and here's the tricky bit. Where the points is, we're going to change that to a negative number by pressing the 1 button. Each time you press the 1 button, it chops 10 points off it, so we're going to knock that down to say -10. Okay, there's our -10, and we'll press the exit button to save that, and now we'll have 2 search criteria, and there they are. Now if you recall what I mentioned before, SmartEPG will create a timer if it gets a total of 50 points or more, and in this case if footy gets mentioned we'll get 50 points, but if fatty also gets mentioned it'll take 10 off, so we'll end up with 40 points. That's less than 50, so we won't get a timer created in that case. And we can do that again to create another search for other things that we're trying to exclude as well, such as NRL. That's also something that appears in some of the program guides as well. So we're just going to create a new search here for NRL using the same procedure as we did before. Just go down and find the letters you're looking for, NRL. So we're quickly going to type this in again and press the yellow button again to put the stars either side of that, press exit, and then as we did in the last one, change the searching fields to all 3, and again change the points allocation back to -10 again with the 1 key, back to -10. There we have it, and exit back out of that search, and now we've got 3 terms. So either fatty or NRL will create less than 50 points, and therefore there will be no timer created. Okay, we'll exit back out of that and press the green button to save that search. We've defined a few different things now, and we'll just see what SmartEPG comes up with when it runs the searches. So we'll press the green button and run the search, and now we're down to 10 timers that have been created. Let's have a look at them with the 5 button. So we've got that one on channel 31, that's an AFL show. We've got a Broncos one here that we'll need to get rid of next, so let's see what we can do to fix that. And we can add another search to get rid of the word Bronco from any future searches. So we'll do that the same as we did last time, entering the words bronc. We don't even have to put Bronco, we can just put bronc. That's fairly close, with the yellow button, stars either side of that, and save that search term and give it a negative weighting, the same as we did before. We've done a few of these now, so I'll just skip fairly quickly through it. Back to -10 with that one as well, exit to save, and now we'll have a 4th criteria in our list. Same logic as we applied before. So now we're going to press the green button again, save that and run the search. So that got rid of the Broncos one, we're down to 9 now. The next one we see is some non-AFL channels showing a few things. So we'll just take channel 11 out of it because there's never any AFL on that. Programs on channel 11, and as far as I know there's none on ABC either, so we see that one, Keeping Australia Alive there, that's a non-footy show. We'll remove ABC from our search list as well. So back to our search list again. We'll change the selection of the channels this time in our search, so down to the channel field there. It's currently selected for all channels. We'll just press OK there and come in and turn off channel 11 and ABC from that list. So we just arrow down until we get to the ones we need. So we'll quickly just go through the list and turn off the ones that don't have AFL footy shows on them. We can fiddle around with this selection later on, but I think the ones we've deselected there are unlikely to have what we want. So we've finished that editing. We'll just press the exit button, and now you see the channels that are selected. Again, we press the green button to save that. And now you'll see we've got our 8 AFL footy shows, and just have a quick look at the timer list with the 5 button, and you can see we've got a couple of repeats there still, but we've got all of the AFL shows that are currently on TV. We've seen a few techniques earlier on how to get rid of duplicates. I won't bother going through that again, so I might just call it quits. But one more thing just before we do, a quick word about padding settings. Anybody who's tried to record the AFL footy show from Melbourne will know that it always starts late and always finishes well over time, at least half an hour or even an hour. So you can put in a padding amount in your search criteria and it will apply that. However, in this case it's probably not a good idea, because you'll end up having all that padding applied to all the other shows which don't really need it. And the solution to that, I believe, would be to create a separate search that just looks after the AFL footy show from Melbourne, and use just a normal small amount of padding for the other ones. So with that final thought, you can now race off and create your own searches to do exactly what you want them to do, and we'll